Hello everyone, today I wanted to share with you the series I want to reread in 2016. I've already posted the books I want to read in 2016, but I thought I would do another one just for series. So let's get started. So the first series I want to reread is the Noughts and Crosses series by Malorie Blackman. So you've got the first book, which is Noughts and Crosses, and then you've got Knife Edge, and then you've got Checkmate, and then you've got Double Cross. This was originally a trilogy, but then they brought out Double Cross as well, which I'm fine with, it's okay. And I really enjoyed this series the first time reading it, and I haven't read it in years, so I am super excited to reread this one. This is about a guy called Callum who is a Nought, and a Nought is a second-class citizen basically, and the world he lives in is run by Crosses, who are right at the top, the higher class. And Noughts and Crosses don't mix. They're not allowed to mix, things like that, it just doesn't happen. But when Callum meets Seffi, who is a Cross, and begins to get feelings for her, they have to try and find a way of how they can actually be together and live the life they want to live. But obviously a lot happens. It's about racism and different classes and hierarchies and things like that. It was a fantastic book when I first read it. The whole series was good, really, and I'm excited to reread it. I know Megan Olivier really likes this book. I think it's like her favourite book. So I am really excited to revisit this world and see what I think of it the second time round. The second series I want to reread this year is the Harry Potter series. I'm really not showing these very well. There we are. The Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I am not going to go into what these are about. I'm sure we all know what Harry Potter is about, but I just love it, and I haven't read them in a lot of years now. As you can probably see, I don't have the last two books because they were my mum's copies, so I'm hoping to get my 2 copies this year of them. But I do still have these ones, which are The Philosopher's Stone, The Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and The Goblet of Fire. And then I also have The Order of the Phoenix here as well, which obviously is a huge book, but they're just so fun, and I'm super excited to reread them and revisit the world. I've obviously seen all the films as well. I went to the studios last year in London. The other day, actually, I met Hedwig, which I will put a picture on the screen, like now. I met Hedwig, he was in Waterstones, just saying. So cool. But yeah, it was a fantastic series when I first read it, and I can't wait to read it again. The next series I want to reread is a one I loved when I was younger, and I just really want to reread it again, and that is The Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I love The Series of Unfortunate Events. I've watched the film so many times, and I have read the books as well quite a few years ago, but I want to reread them now. I'm not going to hold them all up because there's obviously 13 of them, and that's just too much effort for my arms. But this is the first book, which is A Bad Beginning, and it is about 3 Baudelaire orphans who have lost their parents in a house fire. They then have to go and live with their Count Olaf, who is basically more interested in the Baudelaire fortune than the children themselves. He does not care about the children whatsoever. They eventually escape Count Olaf and go and live with other family members, but he always finds a way to become present in the children's lives again by being different characters that people don't recognise. It's quite a sad story, but it's super quick, and I will definitely be able to reread this series very quickly, hopefully this year. And the final series I want to reread this year is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. People are going to be like, why do you want to reread that series? I actually quite like Twilight. I'm not ashamed to say that. I quite like Twilight. I don't care. Yes, it's not the best story in the world, but it's fun, and it had a massive impact on a lot of people. And it got a lot more people reading, and I haven't read it in a few years, so I want to reread it. So you've got the first book, which is obviously Twilight, and then you have New Moon, and then you have Eclipse, and finally you have Break and Dawn. These are just quick reads, to be honest. The books aren't that small, but you can fly through these. They're absolutely super easy to read. So I'm excited to read these, and I also quite enjoy the films as well. And when I was younger, I was really obsessed with Jacob. So let's see if I'm still as obsessed with Jacob this time round. I don't know. So they are all the series I want to prioritise to reread this year. I obviously do want to read some other series this year that I've not read before, but they are the ones that I would like to reread. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye!